Welcome everyone to day 3 Wellness and Health Masterclass with Coach Deep Shikha. Yeah.
Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to the Emotional Wellness Masterclass. This is day 3,
Mhm.
and we have our Coach Deep here. Um, she is with WCD Coaching Deep. I'll just let you go ahead and take over.
Thank you so much, Karen. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity today and speak about emotional wellness. Um, I'm gonna start this today's thought we struggle with emotional instability, but we really do not talk about it as such. And it can be anywhere. You can find this like a job environment, at your house, like struggling with lots of chores or like your to-do list, but this emotional wellness takes a backseat all the time. We never make any efforts towards it. We do not do that thing intentionally. So today we're gonna sit down for like next 30 to 45 minutes. We're gonna be talking about emotional wellness, what it is, some activities, some skills to gain today. So I hope this presentation today will be helpful for everybody. And if you have any questions, we can take it afterward. But if you do find like, oh, I need to clarify that right now. So just let us know. And then Karen will help me to navigate the presentation as we go on, because one slight technicality issue, but then Karen will take care of it. We are very much sure about that. We are in a good hands. And now let's move to and a little bit about myself as well. I work for WCD Coaching. I am a lifestyle and wellness coach. So what I try to do is I support client in making those sustainable lifestyle behavior choices. Anything that needs support, that needs goal setting, that needs some kind of accountability, I'm sorry. We become your like team member. We become your backup. We become your supporting agents there. So feel free to contact us later for any question regarding what we do too as well. So let's move on to the another slide.
Okay.
So
Let's make it bigger, you guys. Sorry. Let's
yes.
see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Uh-oh. Nope, not that way. Okay, go ahead.
That's good, really. So we'll start with this thought, or maybe a question that have you ever had a day where nothing was technically wrong? Everything is just fine. You can just say, I woke up right. I had my breakfast, lunches. I packed everything. I am on point on with regards to my to-do list. I'm taking care of everybody, but just it still feels really heavy, maybe sometimes stressed or emotionally exhausted. Is there any time that you felt it? It can be any time in your day or um, a week, but this is something that kind of gives you a cue that now this is the time that we need to talk about the wellness, emotional wellness in general, and how can I get the support. Yes. So let's go to the next slide. Do we have Karen? Yes. All right. So, I think we moved on to a couple of slides more ahead. Yes. We want to do the next slide. All right.
This one is 3. Is this one correct?
I should not, but that's totally fine. We'll always take it from there, wherever it is, the third one. But so this one is something that This is the list of the emotions that you go through, the ranges of emotions that we all go through during our workout, during our, in our personal life. So this is something that you honestly like you we collectively felt the stress, we collectively felt the anxiety, overthinking, low motivation, burnout, mood swings. So the purpose of this slide, put these emotions on a slide, is to recognize, is this something that I am also feeling? Is this something that my coworker is feeling? I do notice some signs that the mood has been lowered since then, since the last week. So it kind of cues us to lead us to ask those important questions as well. Are you doing all right? Do you need some support, or do I need support? Do I need to do something about it? Do I need to talk about this? Do I need to talk to a professional, or just a little bit of reflection, so that we pick those signs as much as early possible, so that we can be towards the prevention side of developing any kind of a chronic depression, or like maybe acute depression, or maybe in sadness in general. Not just, let's just not talk about those big words, but just overall, our mood, our feelings, our thoughts. So the now we're gonna move to the next slide. Yes, there it is. There we go. So now this is something, is a definition about emotional wellness. So when we say what is emotional wellness, we want to say that the ability to recognize, manage, and understand the emotions without judging yourself. I always emphasize on without judging yourself, because we always put a lot of label on the emotions that we experience, and we try to label them as like it's a negative emotion, it's a positive emotion, and then we go on a loop of thoughts and like feelings. Why am I feeling this? What is happening? I shouldn't be angry, I shouldn't be sad about it, I should be doing so much right now. So we'll all the time criticize ourselves, we all the time judge ourselves, be more critics about ourselves. So having that awareness that I am experiencing any kind of emotion right now, let's just say it is exhaustion. So rather than just saying, oh, I'm not supposed to feel that, without judging yourself, just be aware. That can be the first starting point of like that we are taking one step towards our wellness, towards our emotional wellness. Kenneth, we want to move to the next slide. All right. So when we talk about emotional wellness, people say like, all right, I know I am emotionally stable, I'm happy, I'm just grateful that um, I had to do complete my list of tasks. I'm just happy, I don't need to cry, I don't need to show my emotions. So these are the signs that like becomes like a toxic positivity, because we say, hey, you don't need to do that, you should be happy, don't cry, you're all right. Or let's just sleep over it today, we're going to be we'll talk about this tomorrow, or maybe when the time is right. So just these big statements becomes like, tells us subconsciously like, oh, we shouldn't be talking about this, or these are just the, I'm trying to be more positive. But in general, we have this the other idea of emotional wellness is that all the time, be happy, be happy, we try to push this idea. And I'm not aware when it came into being, but emotional wellness, we want to feel it, those emotions, we want to name it, so that we can respond towards them wisely, not act toward them, but just like respond them towards wisely. Because we all are human being, and we experience ranges of emotions, as because of the chemical reaction that's been happening in our body and brain. And sometimes they are in synchronization, sometimes they are not. So just accepting that emotions are a part of life, embracing those, feel it, name it, what is happening, what is surfacing right now, because body is something that gives you information. So by picking that information, we can be more aware about our emotional wellness and respond wisely. Do I need to step back for a couple of seconds? Do I need to take do a little bit of reflection towards what is happening? Do I need to respond, or do I need to see like what is happening around me, or do I need to respond to everything? So just being more aware, what is the feeling that I'm feeling right now, without judging yourself, just naming it. Or maybe if you cannot, just being more aware of the emotions that you are going through, and then the third part comes very later, to respond it. All right, we're going to move to the next slide. So why we are even talking about this? Um, like, why do we need to talk about emotional wellness? We have so much to do. We have a lot task, like pile of tasks that we need to complete. I do not need to think about this thing. And emotional wellness, I'm just doing good as long as I am on top of everything, on top of completing my task. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm taking care of my husband and everything. So, but in general, why emotional wellness is important? It has consequences. So when we talk about wellness, it has domains like physical domains, intellectual, occupational. Emotional is one of part of the holistic wellness. So every part of the wellness is intertwined with each other. And if one get disbalanced, or where it is not, and not in a balance in a ways that we want to be, it affects the other part of it, bleeds to the other part of our life. So for example, I put like sleep, relationships, focus, energy, eating, eating patterns, motivation to do any task, or just a physical health. Like, I'm too burnt out, I'm too exhausted to do anything. So just and I think we all have at some point have experienced any one of the listed emotion effect, have felt it. I felt it like when I'm not emotionally available, I lack focus. If I'm not emotionally, I'm not taking care of myself emotionally, my eating pattern changes. I tend to munch on things that I don't even want to. And the later I feel like, oh, then a guilt comes, and I start to judge myself. That's what happens when we are not taking care of ourselves, our emotional wellness. So give me a thumbs up, give me a comment in any ways. Do reach out to me and tell me if you have ever felt this, that any time of point in your life emotional wellness did affect your life. And I have try to list these, but there could be any other part of your life as well, and I would love to hear it, discuss it. So do reach out to us. Let's move to another slide. All right, so Um, now we talked, so far we have talked about what is wellness, what is emotional wellness, why we are talking about emotional wellness today, and what are the consequences of the emotional wellness if we are not taking care of it. Uh, Health coaching is one of the approach. There are a couple of other approaches to take care of the emotional wellness you can do to yourself, but sometimes we need help, we need support, we need some professional guidance. That's where the health coaching approach takes a pivoted role. The health coaches, what I try to bring in, they try to create more awareness, they try to bring more autonomy, they try to strengthen your values, your strength, your belief system, and they tie to your motivation level, motivation, so that everything comes around. It becomes more realistic for a client or for anybody to make any decision based on based on their, what I'm trying to say is like based on the things that they are looking forward to do it. For it can be a small goal, it can be a big goal, it can be something that is like long due for like a year, a month, or maybe more than that. So health coach come and sit with you, have a professional conversation, tries to be your friend, tries to provide you a support where you can create that awareness, you can create what matters to you. um, we can sit together to find a realistic approach by creating those small steps in your um, goal, or maybe the goal that you're looking forward to, by creating that accountability which will help you to keep on the task, like keep track of your task, your goal, your responsibilities. So this is the list that you are looking on your screen is something that we try to bring in a session to make sure that we have a plan to at least work on any kind of holistic wellness, whether it's emotional wellness, whether it's physical wellness, whether it's occupational wellness. And Karen does a good job in like motivations and mentoring, so that's also bleed into her expertise as well. So self-compassion is something that doesn't come naturally to everybody. So we try to ask those questions which can help people understand why it is important, why we are even talking about the compassion, why we are want to be grateful. So just having that conversation gives the awareness, makes the feelings, makes the emotions on a surface level, so that we can be more aware about those. And as soon as we are becoming more aware, it's easier to take steps towards it. So health coaching approach is something that can bring a very valuable insight towards the wellness, and we are here to help you. Let's move on to the next slide, Karen. It takes a little bit. It's just, I think, internet.
Can you see the slide 8 yet?
No, it's still a
Uh-oh.
buffering
It
from
might
my side. Oh,
it might
yes.
be buffering. Can you see it now?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
can see. Yes. So, based on one of the coaching models, we have other coaching model as well, motivational interviewing, anything that can, because a client needs and requirements are different to so we can definitely cater or create a new model. But today we're going to be talking about just emotional wellness. So this is a very simple model towards it. When we talk about emotional wellness, first thing we can start by noticing changes that we are having, any kind of desynchronization in our behavior, or any kind of consequences that happening because of the emotional wellness. It start by noticing first, like what is happening in general, what I'm feeling right now. Is it like, and you can, we can name those emotions. We have varieties of, we have a range of emotions, so we can name them as well. Today I'm just feeling like overwhelmed. So first step is to notice that something is happening, and then trying to put a name on it. Since once we have the name on it, it becomes more easier to normalize it. And why we are saying normalize it, because let's just say today, I am just being angry. I don't know, for some reason I am irritated, I am angry, but then that automatically comes with a negative approach, that, oh, being angry is not good, being overwhelmed, irritated is not good, I cannot do my task if I'm like that. That's true, but then it comes with the negativity. And then again, when negativity comes to you, it just overpowers your thought process, overpowers your focus. So it kind of hinders your pattern of working mechanism. So just by normalizing it, just by generalizing it, I know I am feeling irritating. So just saying it is normal. I am irritated, right now. So, okay, let's, what can be done? So let's just choose what I can do, maybe for this couple of seconds, or maybe I want to do take care of this. In coming week, I'm gonna just find myself some time to sit with myself, or maybe I want to go with my friends. That's gonna help me. So just normalizing the behavior, just normalizing rather than self criticizing ourselves, makes it more generalized. So that creates a compassionate attitude towards ourselves. That teaches us self compassion. That teaches us to be non judgmental. So just a very simple model when you feel like I am having difficulty navigating my emotional wellness. So this is a simple cue to just noticing it, naming it, and without judgment, normalizing the emotion, and then choose, create a list, find it, okay, this I can do for myself. I think this is gonna help me. I think a conversation might help with my partner. I think communication, just presenting my ideas will help me to navigate my thought process. So just finding, creating that list, finding what is going to work for you without judging yourself. So let's move to the next slide. I really like the point that it says Q&A, send your questions in the chat.
Yeah, I like that. Is it
Yeah.
still a little delay on your side, Deep?
Yes, don't worry about it. I think it's just internet that.
Okay.
Yes. So now, as like I said earlier, we'll be learning a couple of skills that I try to teach my client as well. Not just because we are short in time, we're going to be talking about small list, but create a magnificent changes, helps you to become more aware. So we have skill one, that is being emotional awareness. So generally, like, um, just putting ourselves like where I'm having a difficulty, like, with any kind of emotions. Let's just name any one of it. I'm trying to think of any kind of emotion that creates negativity in me is like I'm jealous. Jealousy is something that is another emotion as well, or maybe it reflects another kind of emotion as well. So just feeling like what I'm feeling right now. I was jealous. I was jealous. Okay, this is something I felt it. I'm not gonna criticize myself because that's very natural. When we see other things, we wanna have it. That's our desire. That's part of being a human being that comes with a package. So just feeling, just writing it down, or maybe recognizing it, maybe just being aware of what you are feeling, makes it makes the feeling makes the helps the feeling to come on the surface, rather than just suppress it. Because as soon as you try to suppress it, it creates a heaviness on you, on your heart, on your chest. That's where things goes in the other direction, that goes like, that over the time, it when it becomes a habit, just suppressing your emotion, it just, we all have seen that consequences. Sometimes it just becomes a blast of emotions that wants to come out, or sometimes we just develop coping mechanisms. And some of the examples that I can think of right now, we start to stress eat, we start to project our thoughts, we try to blame ourselves or maybe other for the whole situation. So just taking that simple, creating that, maybe through with the journaling, with on your notes or something, just creating that goal, the very small goal for yourself, to recognize being more emotionally available for yourself, finding a couple of minutes for yourself, maybe during the day, during the night before you turn up, or maybe Just checking in with your friends, because accountability is also another part which helps you to be on a track when you try to set some kind of a goal. So just realizing, and this is, I know it sounds very insignificant, the question, but it holds a great power. Just recognizing, saying, what am I feeling right now? So just saying it yourself takes one step towards your emotional wellness. Let's go to the second slide.
Yeah, I like that deep that you said about journaling. Journaling is such a great tool that uh, we don't think about, but we can always jot our thoughts and everything's down to
Yes,
with emotions.
yes, yes. And sometimes we just, when we talk about a session or maybe a therapy or maybe anything, we always think that journaling is the only way to be, more aware. There are other aspects that we can create. Checking in with your friends, just sitting down, having a conversation intentionally can also help you to bring, be more aware. So we have a very small activity as well today. So today, what, since we are sitting down talking about emotional wellness, we want to take a pause. Karen, you can do it with me as well.
Yes, sure.
We're gonna take a pause here, and then I'll be speaking because I'll be guiding this. But everybody who is listening to it in the future or maybe right now, can relax, sit in a very comfortable position, whatever comfort feel like to you, and then just breathe. And there is no hard and fast rule for like breathing right now. Just normally the way you want to breathe. um, just be more relaxed right now. And while you are feeling that calmness, you're trying to relax yourself, ask this question. So what am I feeling right now? It can be something that the work that overdue for a long time and you're constantly thinking about this. It can be stress. You might be happy, you don't have, we all don't need to say stress or anger all the time. You heard a good news this morning and you're still so excited that you want to share. So you're excited, you're happy. Um, and then, where do I feel it in my body? So, recognizing it, because research shows that mind and body has a very powerful connection. So, just realizing where it is. Am I happy? Can I feel the butterflies in my stomach? Or am I stressed? Do I feel the stiffness in my shoulder, my chest, my thighs, my legs? So, where do I feel it in my body? Whatever that range of emotions that you're experiencing, where it is coming from. Where do you feel the most? I'm gonna give this a couple of minutes, seconds, and then comes the respond part. What do I need at this moment? What do I need to take care of myself? What feelings attached to this emotion? What can I do for this? So just taking that, maybe the power of this activity is creating that self-compassion piece for yourself so that you can cater to our emotional wellness. So just relaxing, feeling whatever you are feeling wherever it is coming from or wherever you're feeling, and then finding, what do I need? Do I need to step out, take a walk, and then come back? I'm feeling hungry. Do I need to eat something? So just labeling that, being more aware, taking those intentional and mindful steps towards it can be very powerful. So, Karen, I want you to come back from the activity now. This is the activity that I created, um, for a corporate area, for example, like if you are struggling between jobs or maybe meetings or anything, maybe a house chores or maybe to-do list or anything, just creating that intentionally, those 5 or 10 minutes, sit down and have this conversation with yourself. That it itself holds a very great power, great opportunity for you to reflect on the things that you want to do towards your wellness.
Mm.
Let's move to the next slide. Were you saying something, Karen?
No, I was saying that that's really good. It's a good um, relaxation point in your life, and
Yeah,
helps you to just get away. And when I say get away,
yeah,
just like get everything off your mind.
yes, yes, yes. Nice words. Yes. Um, Thank you for sharing your insight. Now we have a skill two. So these skills, I know some it's gonna sound right now is like why these are just the list, but all together it is. Trust me, it's gonna make sense. So now we are talking about the list of emotions. I have listed like few of them here, but feel free to explore more other than these because sometimes we can be in between overwhelmed or being frustrated as well. So or maybe lonely or maybe anxious too at the same time. So it can come together to you or come individually to you. You can feel just drained but happy at the same time. So just if but the purpose of this um, slide is to name the emotion. Since we have a name on it, we can manage it. We can have a conversation about this. So just for example, excuse me. So for example, if we are frustrated, so that's the first step of naming it. So just finding the emotion that today I'm frustrated. It is okay that I'm, and it's very natural to feel frustrated since I am juggling with so many things right now, and it's very natural. I'm just a human being, you know, and I can do only so much. So just acknowledging that part of it, like I'm frustrated, what do I need? So I'm just want to take a couple of steps. I want to just walk down the stairs and come back and see like I still feel the same way, or do I need to do something else about it too? So just trying to name the emotion can help you to manage it. So let's move on to the another next slide. So now it we have talked about so far is emotional awareness. So far as like what is emotion, what are the types of emotions, consequences, health coaching in this. But this skill will help you to regulate your emotion because regulation is not something that you want to suppress. Sorry. So regulation is something that calming your nervous system so you can respond, not react. We always try to react on the things as soon as it's been thrown on you. Like, hey, do this. I don't want to do this. That's how your natural reaction is. And everybody does that. We are all human. Deep inside, that's our first instinct. So just not like reacting towards it, let's respond towards it mindfully. But in order to do that, we need that space. We need our nervous system to calm down so that we can focus more, so that we can create those creative ideas to express that. So just regulation is not something that we want to take it on the backstage. You know, we want to talk about this. We want to make sure that our nervous system is calmed down. And there are ways to do the calming our nervous system down. Is like you can say, for example, grounding exercise. There are a couple of grounding exercise. We can do box breathing. We can just do the one thing that we used to do as is I used to, well, we our professor used to make us do is like just go outside and observe a tree. That's how we used to start our class. But the purpose behind is to ground ourselves. So really finding a very creative grounding exercise can help you to calm your nervous system and help you to think better, help you to respond better, help you to process the things better, so that you have a broader picture. You think you will take yourself as priority, then you can respond towards it. So, like I said, emotional regulation is something that does not come easy, but building that grounding exercise, becoming making that as a habit, continuously and intentionally doing it can help you to work on it, to build on that one. So, let's move on to the next slide. So we have a tool here. So these are the tools that we can um, maybe keep in a purse, maybe in a bag, our wallets, or something that can be done. It's easy. If you hear a bark sound, that's my Bruno. So
And I actually
actually
thought
I
it was
love.
my Mellow.
He's been frustrated. So yeah, he's very clingy. He needs me. I'm his support. He's not my support animal, but I am his support human. So I'm his support human, and I'm glad to be. But let's get back to our where we are right now. So let's do talk about the tools that we can come handy while we are feeling those emotions that feels like that's been going all over the places. So first is box breathing. It again is the same. It can be used as a grounding exercise. It can help you to gradually build on it. When you feel like you need that, you can do it anytime you in your job, at your job, workplace area, at house. You're traveling, not traveling, you're cooking, you want to take a couple of seconds, let's do the grounding exercise. So, and then 90-second reset. So for example, like, oh, I'm gonna take some of the time for myself, I'm gonna name it, and I'm gonna just breathe the emotions, breathe in and out the emotion of your body. And when we talked about the box breathing, is just imagining like a square box. It's just holding your breath for 4 seconds, keeping it inside for 4 seconds, and let it go at the fourth second. So it's like in 4 seconds, processing it, and out 4 seconds. So it kind of becomes like a loop. So we call it as like a box breathing. Um, if you need more information about how it looks like, how we can do it, feel free to reach out. I can send you a couple of videos. You can do it with me. I love this grounding exercise because it's not really hard to do it. It comes very easier as soon as you know the importance of it. And with this grounding exercise, I come from a Hindu religion background. We have yoga as something that's been very like proclaimed and very. We have all seen the benefits of it. So we have this pranayam where like it's called the breath work. That's similar to the box breathing and the grounding exercise, because once you breathe in and out, you try to calm our nervous system down, and that helps to regulate better. So let's move on to the another next slide. So this is some practice together if you want to do it with me, and then we can definitely do it later on time. I'm not too sure, Karen, are we running out of time? Okay, we are Gucci. That means let's practice together. So I put it on this slide because it's a very powerful tool to have it. Not just, we don't need to do research on it, so much of it to gather information what it does. So let's do the box breathing first. I'm gonna again ask you to relax, sit in a comfortable position. If you feel like you can lay down, if you are in that kind of situation, but if you are sitting down, you can relax. You can close your eyes down. You can close your eyes, or you can gaze down. I'll keep my eyes open because I'll be navigating it, guiding the process. If you have some kind of south bath music, that will help you to even ground yourself even more, because sounds also create that sensitivity, that positivity. So I'm going to ask you to inhale for 4 seconds. One, two, three, four. I'm gonna ask you to hold it for 4 seconds. Three, two, one. Now I'm gonna ask you to exhale it in 4 seconds. Three, two. The key is to hold it for every movement, every breath work, every inhale and exhale for 4 seconds, and then let it go. Let it go. And you can do it at night, you can do it before starting a meeting. It's just a simple grounding exercise. And we can build it as like a team meeting as well, Karen, before we start any kind of meeting. That's a
Yes,
nice.
that's good. It's good for presentations, meetings, etc. It's very good.
Something that exhilarates you before any kind of task. It just helps you to calm your nervous system down. So yes, and it's a good bonding exercise too, like if you do it collectively. So all
Hmm.
right, thank you for doing this with me, Karen. It's a good demonstration.
Yes, it is.
Let's move on to the next slide. So this is something that I always appreciate. I think um, that's something also that we do not take as important as the other wellness aspect of it. For example, like we do take care of ourselves physically, like we try to maintain nutrition by having more vegetables or maybe running or maybe physical wellness, but self compassion is a part of emotional wellness that's been ignored for a very long time. So just like, and self-compassion is like something in an easy word, like just taking care of yourself, right? And then we, as a human being, we were being taught as well, women especially been taught so far that you have to take care of others. That's how you're going to become an ideal woman, a lady, a girl. That's what your role is. So we as like like womenhood been taught to take care of other, and we always take ourselves for granted. And that's where the self compassion plays a very important role for as a woman too. I felt it for myself, saying just thank you for just waking up, showing up for the work, doing the task that I would love to do it. I created for myself. So just saying it, thank you, just saying it from creates a confidence in me to show up every time with gracefulness, with dignity, with confidence. And I'm there because I have fulfilled that cup of saying thank you, saying taking care of myself. That's the only way that I can show up and take care of the things that I'm supposed to, because everything starts from within. So just showing that gratitude, just doing those small journaling, just saying in the mirror, "You got it, girl." There you go. Supporting each other too, as well in that as being part of the community, like just showing that self compassion. Like, hey, you were there, I was there too. We all together can take care of it. So just being more compassionate about things, taking yourself a little bit on more like a top priority, saying doing things that goes towards your wellness, that goes towards your care, and that can be anything, just doing a journaling for 5 minutes, doing on a shopping, doing some yoga, stretching, anything that helps you to take care of yourself. There are other tools to do the self compassion exercises, but I try to normalize them as much as possible. But if you want to explore more, come and ask questions. We'll do our best to make sure that you are equipped with more exercises, more tools, so that you can be more self compassion rather than being too judgmental towards yourself. So let's move on to the next slide. It takes a hot second to move on to.
It must be tired.
Yes, especially it's the time. So this is a coaching question that I try to put on with every client, because everybody is good at giving the advice. Okay, whenever you go there, I'm struggling with this. Have you tried doing this, or have you Googled this? Have you researched this? But I wanna, I so this is the question why I ask from every client is, if your best friend felt this way, what would you say to them? So, okay, for example, I had a client. I asked them, like, she's been like struggling with taking care of kids and her job, and she's like, I asked, like, do you have your partner, your best friend, and what if the person is in the same situation as you are in? What would you say to that person? She's like, I would ask her to just take it easy. I'm like, all right, you can do it that to yourself, right? If you can give advice to other, that means that makes sense to you as well. That's why you are at this position of saying those words to that person to provide that comfort. So we just want to reflect back, and we want to say the same thing that we can say to our best friend to ourselves, so that we better understand that we are our own best friends too. We need some time too. So whatever the advice we can give to people, we can use it on ourselves. So this is a very powerful question which helps us to bring back the insight as well. So like, what do I need to do? Like, same thing, if I can say to my friend, that means in my mind I can process it. It makes much more sense, and I can do it to myself. So okay, I can take a couple of seconds for myself too, during the day, or a minute, or an hour, anything that works for you. So I hope this questions resonates more as you sit with this. This is a very powerful question. Put it on a fridge, put it somewhere that can help you to remind and set a reminder as well. So let's move on to the next slide. So this is skill 5 that helps you to set boundaries. So since everybody understand boundaries, we understand, like, okay, that's my private space, that's my room. You are not allowed to come in. Everybody knows the physical boundaries, but there is emotional boundaries as well, and that plays a very significant role to prevent ourselves to uh, prevent ourselves by just not giving too much, so that we can be emotionally available for ourselves. So boundaries protect your emotional energy. That helps you to build the resistance that you need. So for example, in the ways that you can do is just saying no. Some people think, if I'm gonna say no, I'm gonna turn out to be very rude person. But just realizing that you are creating that boundary to save your emotional energy. It goes back to you. We are not trying to be rude here, but there are so many ways to saying no as well. For example, um, um, I want to come over. Like, one friend says to another, I want to come over and I want to hang out. But just you want to say, oh, I'm a good friend. I think she can come over. But you're exhausted at the same time. So just not saying like, hey, no, I don't think so. You should come. Rather, just explain a little bit more. Like, hey, I have been had a day today. Do you think so we can double check or do the rain check, maybe come back tomorrow so that we can hang out when I'm in a position to do that? So just creating that avenues where you can express yourself, have that conversation, hold the power of saying no. It creates a boundary that helps you to prevent your energy, and limiting the toxic conversation as well. Like, you don't want to sit down and just like having the conversation within yourself. If somebody criticizes you, you don't need to take it personally. You need to just take it as like a feedback and work on it, or just not engaging with others as well, like, which exhaust you, because that negativity feeds on your energy level too. I believe in energies. I believe in karma. I believe in energy level. So not over explaining yourself. Because when we try to over explain ourselves, we think we owe to other person. I think, okay, this is happening and this is what I'll try to do, and I'm not coming from a bad point, I'm not coming from a bad perspective. It just, don't get me wrong, these are the things that tends to goes in the direction of that you are over explaining and just pouring your energy down. So if you think that you have done right ethically, professionally, to yourself, for everybody, just stand on your point and just be firm. Be more like, be firm on your words, saying, hey, this is something I did, and this is something I did it with good intention, and I'm gonna hold my ground on that one. So just saving your energy as well, saving your dignity, your confidence, creates that boundaries, so that other people are also aware that, hey, this person cannot be shaken easily. So let's just not have the conversation with that. And taking break, that's something that needs to be created intentionally, purposefully, mindfully, to like maybe setting an alarm, setting a reminder to like in between the task, like, hey, we need to take some break. I think I came out, I had a very heavy conversation with my partner, with my kid, and I explained things. We expressed so much of emotions, so much of varieties of emotions. I don't think so. I can move on to the another task. So just take a break there before transitioning to the other task. Just take a break there. Hold the power of pause, and then move. So that helps you to prevent helps you to prevent the exhaustion. It helps you to create that boundaries. It helps you to from the burnout as well, where you are giving too much. I hope these boundaries, these emotions can help you to build that boundaries by saying no, that creating avoiding those conversation that gives you really, that takes up your lot of energy, and not over explaining yourself, and just taking those breaks can help you to create that boundary for yourself, and can help you to build a resistance towards it too. All right, we're gonna move to the next slide.
I love that. I just while we're moving to the next slide, I just want to say that those five key points, as I would call them too, as well, key points. It really helps. I like the fact, Deep, that you said it helps you to know when you are burnt out completely, and saying no is not a bad thing. Saying is
Yeah.
no, really taking care of yourself, because you can't really get yourself. You can't be burned out and empty trying to,
Yeah.
take care
Yeah,
of everyone.
brother need. Yes. Yes,
Hmm.
definitely. Yes. Yeah, that's a good insight, Karen. And I think this has been so much like became a thing. Like if you are the person who's easy, no comes easy to you, are the most rudest person, right? And then like, it's just comes off like you comes off as a negative person, having a difficult for like, having a conversation with you as well. So
Hmm.
I don't know, for some reason it just, and I've seen people done that, saying no in a ways that there are so many ways to say no, right? You don't need to become rude as well, but just navigating your ideas, thought, your conversation, your communication, presenting yourself that you are coming from a point where you want to hold yourself, you want to hold that boundary and express yourself so that everybody can understand,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
is another way to build that boundary as well.
Yeah, I love that.
All right. So we're gonna move on to the triggers. So when we say trigger, it automatically says, okay, that's my trigger. I wanna avoid it, right? Because it's been said a lot, it's been out there, like, you should be aware of your triggers. This is my trigger, that food is my trigger. But I try to put everything in a better perspective. I try to learn from the things. And the way because that helps me to create a plan for it. So, for example, when we talk about emotional triggers, so I consider them not as like my weakness, but as a sign of information. Like, okay, this is something there, and it affects me in a ways, maybe positive or negative. I'm gonna build a resistance toward it by calming my nervous system down, or by creating a protective layer toward around my nervous system to protect myself. So as long as I have the information about that particular thing that creates that channel, that creates that disbalance in my nervous system, at least I'm aware about it. I think I can make a plan. I can be more aware to keep a distance from it, or maybe um, the, create that secure place for myself, so that when this thing happen next, what can I do? Like I'll have my toolkit prepared. I can do a box breathing, I can do journaling, I can just step away from that environment that tends to be that pretends to be itself as a trigger for me. So just triggers, keeping that as a source of information, and then just learning, be more aware, and then try to create those tools for yourself, can help you to be more aware about what are the emotional triggers for you, and how you can deal it in a ways that you feel fits for you. Oh yeah. Poor English. All right. Next please. I don't know, we had this conversation. I think I had it with the one client back in, I think, last year. A lot of time this trigger word came into the conversation, it automatically become a very negative word. So for I try to, another thing is something that we have the opportunity, we can talk about the perspective as well,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll go into that more. But just changing the perspective can help you to build um, really resourceful information that can help you to build that um, nervous system's shield for yourself. So what to do when you're triggered? All right, something that happened, you are uncomfortable about it, and you think that if that things keep on happening, what can I do? Avoiding is something that our first instinct, but that does not help, do we? Because we try to suppress it, we try to avoid it, but what we can do is in from the coaching perspective is like being more aware about it, be more mindful about it. Since we know what is the trigger for ourselves, it is giving ample amount of information that this trigger leads to this reaction from my body. That's how my nervous system reacts toward it. So I'm just gonna take a pause, and then I'm gonna do my box breathing. I'm gonna breathe, and I'm gonna ask, so what is happening? What story I'm telling to myself? Like, what is happening? And am I feeling because of the trigger, or is this something else that's been compounded in me? And what do I need right now? So if you do, you want to go away from that trigger, from that source, or do I need to create a plan? Do I need a help? Do I need to talk to somebody? Do I need to find some more resources? Do I need professional advice or anything? So just finding your trigger, labeling as a source of information, can help you to create the plan. And then it becomes, and again it comes back to the awareness. As soon as you are aware, we can work on it. And here we are doing our best to create that avenues for our client to have that conversation, to have that heavy conversation. um, we try to be more approachable. We try to come from a very non-judgmental perspective, because everybody is human. Everybody feels variety of emotions. Everybody have their life going on. So it's just something that you wanna have a conversation about. Here we are. Let's move on to the next slide. This time it did not buffer. I love it. Yay. So these, I created a list of emotional habits that we can do, just because emotional wellness ties to our lifestyle as well. And since if we make some small changes in our lifestyle, we can help to build that resistance as well. So just we can keep a check on our sleeping routine. We can create those intentional movement. You can do stretching, jogging, walking. If you are sitting too much on the chair, just a little bit of stretch, 5-minute break, 15-minute break, whatever allows you to be in that circumstance. Hydration keeps, there's a bigger science behind it. We have the chance in the future, we'll talk about this, sit on this one right now. But then hydration also plays a very good role in your mood and behavior. Journaling is another aspect that can be done, that's very personal, and there are so many ways to do it. People think that it needs to be perfect, but it can start with just a line or a dot or any kind of a drawing too. If you love to draw, express yourself through colors, you can do that. You can create any kind of any like figure shapes, if that makes more sense to you. So journaling has a ways to do it. It doesn't need to be perfect, first of all. And there are so many ways. Come and talk to us. Will help you find more. Connection helps you. Connection in terms of to yourself, to the environment, to your loved ones, your relationship. So finding that connection that connects you to your value and belief system, because everything ties down to the motivation. If you want to excel in your life, that's if you that's something that you've been aspiring so for a very long time. The motivation plays a very key role, and once you feel like the motivation is not intact, we try to we try to tie it down with your value system, your belief system. And it's important to find where it can you can get it, that connection. And comes the mindfulness. There are ranges of varieties of mindfulness exercises. I like the mindfulness sleeping, mindfulness walking, mindfulness eating, mindful conversations. There could be so much that we can create it as well, based on the preferences, based on the need of the client. But mindfulness is something that helps us to be more aware intentionally, be take steps towards it, intentional steps towards it, guided steps toward it. So these are the wellness habits that we can incorporate. And I try to say we as in, because it's not just a professional relationship. It's just more. It's more of a mentoring as well as it's a teamwork. So you are not just coming alone in the session. We'll be there to provide you. We become a team. We sit together. So that's why I doesn't come to me naturally, first person. So I try to go with like we, because that's the like a collective efforts. Um, so we're gonna move to the next slide. These are the habits that we discussed so far. Maybe anything that resonates to you, start incorporating. So it can be 1 minute reflection exercise as well. Pick one you want to improve. This one, this can be the goal of your week. You want to work on sleep, you want to work on stress, overthink, boundaries, self-talk, mindfulness. I want to talk about the self-talk to a little bit more, because once we there it is hard to control on our thought process, because once we start talking negative ourselves, it just goes into the whirlpool. And then at the half hour later, 1 hour later, we think that we did nothing, just only criticizing ourselves. So mindfully doing the self-talk, creating that reflection for ourselves, can be very powerful to boost our motivation and confidence. It reflects in you once you start saying good words to yourself. So 1 minute reflection activity that you feel that this is something that you want to work on, you can keep working for 1 week and see how it is working, and try to look for your things that worked for you, and then things that did not work for you. That helps us to create a plan. So these are the activities that you can pick it at your own disposal. Next is, we have a next slide on a goal setting. This is an important part of any session that we have. So first, always start with grounding, get to know each other, exploring. But this is important because it ties down to why we are in the session itself, why we want to work towards it. So just having that small, realistic, specific, and repeatable goals helps you to build a habit. So just being more consistent, doing at least your, I say, bare minimum can help you to find the things that are not working. That's why I say, like, small goal can help you to evaluate yourself, and then come back and sit and like, okay, this didn't work. This week it didn't work. How I can improve this, or how can I go about it? And more realistic, rather than saying like, oh, I can lose 10 pounds in a week, be more realistic about it. So just setting small goals and being like, okay, I can be more realistic in the choice that I make towards my eating pattern. I think I can add more vegetable. That sounds more realistic rather than saying that I can lose 5 to 10 pounds in a week. So just giving that, bringing that insight in the session. And the specific, why I want to say specific, because when we say things are vague, it just doesn't register well in the brain. So for example, if I'm going to say you like, okay, this is 1 week, this is when you're going to do this for this much frequency, that way your brain has registered well, and then that way you can come back. That goes with the repeatable as well. You can come back at the same time at your own convenience, and that can be more feasible as well to do it. So goals, something that's specific, small, realistic, relatable, as helps you to create habit rather than just with having no goal setting or no plan. And it's been scientifically backed up. So many researchers are there, and I think so far we did made so much of goals as well. Sometimes we were able to complete it, some there are so many goals that we were not able to complete it. We are just trying to bring those successes in the present sessions, that in the current goals that you have, and we try to bring back the motivation. So this is about the goal setting. Let's move on to the next slide. I think I'm stretching too much. Little bit, right? Karen is like, no, but yes.
It's actually still early though, too, for a lot of people.
So, what health coaching can provide? It includes the support system. It gives you the more clarity. What do you want to work on? So many people I've seen like coming in like, I think weight loss is something that I want to do, but like, is it something that you want to do, or like, is there any other like under like gives you more clarity? Why even we are talking about the weight loss? Is it just the appearance? Is it just that you want to gain more physical energy? Is it something that you want to build more muscle? So giving having that clarity helps to make a better goal rather than being more vague. Personalized action plan. Why did I say personalized? Because every client has their own situation and circumstances, they have their own life, and we want to respect that. And that's how, without being judgmental, that's how we create those plans. And accountability is something that, we all have felt those weak moments, and we've all felt that like, oh, I don't think so. Today is the day. But setting that accountability can help you to like, okay, no, I did had a conversation with my partner. He's gonna ask me, or I do have to walk my dog. Otherwise, he's not gonna, that will help me to take extra mile, and it is gonna go towards my dog health as well and towards me. So just setting that accountability, bringing back the connection can help you to motivate. Skill building. So There's been so many theories that been backed is like if you do not have that set of skills, the confidence comes, you will have a lower confidence and then less motivation. So just finding the right recipe for you, finding the right plan for you, gradually building on those skills can help you to bring back your confidence in it, in a goal itself, that you can do it for you. Progress tracking is something I love because it helps me to, that endorphins that comes like, oh, I did that. It's been a week, but I was able to complete my task throughout this week, and I think I need a little bit of encouragement as well by rewarding myself. So I want to come back. So progress tracking gives you A's, those stars, uh, helps you to feel better about yourself, so and helps you to see like what worked, what did not, so that we can come back and discuss like, okay, this is something that not is not working, um, what can we do about it. So it opens a lots of rooms and channels to have a more conversation, intentional conversation, to make the goal planning and everything more solid, like a foolproof plan. And encouragement is something I say like, it also goes back to the self compassion as well. Since we did put a lot of hard work, just say that you did a good work. Reward yourself. Go out, have a conversation with somebody. Just take your me time so that you feel excited when you come back to the goal again. You want to come back to the goal again because now it has built in a system like, I did the goal, I'm going to get this. Excuse me, I did the goal, I'm going to do this. That's my reward is. So this is what the health coaching provides. This is the type of conversation that we have in a session. These are the agendas, or maybe you can say like the topics that we like to try to bring in a session. In a very natural way, there is no something like, okay, this is heading, and that's how we're going to move it. It is very natural conversation, just having the ultimate goal of the health coaches and the coaches are to bring back the motivation behind it. Let's move on to the next. So we have finally everybody happy. We have a final takeaway. So
There's actually some good stuff, you guys, some great stuff.
so we have emotional wellness. We talked about emotional wellness. We talked about practices that we can do. Um, so emotional wellness is a practice, and it says it's not a personality. Some people, we think like, oh, the person is so chill, the person is so cool. We try to label that as if like, I'm not as cool as that person. But it's all about like, building that for yourself intentionally, mindfully, taking that steps, being more aware about it, labeling it, just creating a plan and have a conversation about it. So this is the final takeaway from the conversation that we had so far. I think next slide will be Q and A's. If you guys have any questions. Oh, right, yeah. If you want support, that's important too. If you want support, if you feel like it's becoming too much for you, you need to have a conversation, or maybe health coaching or wellness is something that you want to talk about, or is it something a right fit for you? You can have a sessions, join a program. Karen offers some wonderful master classes of programs as well, mentorship programs as well. We have provided the contact informations too, and you can do reach out to my email as well. And Karen, she does a very good job in reverting back to the clients. If you have any curious type of questions, just throw us an email. We'll try our best to answer that in our capacity. And then if you feel like I want to see what that is, just book a discovery call as well. So anything, just throw us a question, give us a call. We'll see how we can help you in there.
We also can, the information is on the slides. And if you register on our website, you can get a copy of these PowerPoints, but it is required that you register, and you also can book a call either through our office phone number with our receptionist, or like Deep has her email there. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. So even if you're watching the replay and everything, you guys, you still can comment and put your questions in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is correct. I think we have a couple more slides. Do you want to check, Karen, if we are not missing up? Yes, there is ways to work in, like I was saying, that one-on-one health coaching sessions we have. You can have free discovery calls, like that'll be like short 15 minutes to understand your goals and where coaching can fit. And 4-week emotional wellness coaching programs. There are other programs as well. Do check out the website. Karen offers range varieties of sessions and program. Um, so many people have found it like a significant changes in their lifestyle and their attitude, their personality, their behavior. So that's something that we come in. Do you want to say something, Karen? Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is how you can connect with me or Karen. Yeah, I think this is about it. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deep, and for all of the replay viewers that will be watching. And I've seen some heads pop in and look, but this will definitely be available again at your own leisure. You have to register. We
Mhm,
won't keep the masterclass up past 24 hours. So if it comes down and you didn't get your information out, and then there's ways to email us, book
mhm,
a call right on our link on our website. We want you to go to website. I actually posted the phone number, but
mhm,
we're gonna keep the lives up for another 24 hours for you guys to replay. And thanks so
mhm.
much for tuning in. We definitely will be doing more of
Yes.
these, but it will require registration on the website, because actually there are classes, courses, and sessions that we can do right from the website. So we'll be doing something different each month. So make sure you're following us. Look out. Make sure you're following the business page at WCD Coaching, as well as our profiles like Deep's profile on LinkedIn, as well as her email and everything that she provided. And it's also in the notes of this masterclass. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And Deep, do you have any last words or anything that you would like to say before we close out?
Yeah, I just wanted to be I'm thankful that you guys could tune in, and I would love to hear from you. Any questions, do reach out to me or Karen. That's what I have, and I'm looking forward to meeting you guys next time with something else, something different. I'll try to keep my mouth shut next time. I
But
think,
this is good. This is good.
yeah. Thank you so much.
And I do wanted to add to you guys, I'm sorry for those of you who um, miss day one and day two, that is available as well. Just reach out to us, and we can share those replays with you. But again, day three is still going to be available, so you'll have time to watch that within the 24 hours. But make sure you just visit our site, and we will definitely talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Karen.
You're welcome.